Welcome to the Innercise Yoga Basics class. For this class, you'll need 2 blocks. And if you don't have blocks, just grab some big books at home. That will also work. This class is going to be about 45 minutes long, so grab your mat. If you need a towel or water, make sure you have that. Of course, this class is all levels. We're just going to go over basic alignment cues for each pose. All right, let's get started in child's pose. Come to your hands and knees. And then bring the knees to the outer edges of the mat, the big toes together, making a big V with your shins, allowing the sits bones to come all the way back towards your heels and resting the forehead down onto the mat. Now, yoga always begins with your breath. So allow it to deepen here as your body just settles into the mat, relaxing into the hips, the shoulders, releasing any tension from the face. Maybe even rock the forehead a little bit from side to side and massage the spaces around your eyebrows, your third eye, and then coming back to center, noticing the forehead on the ground, this moment of surrender. Let's take a few breaths to begin. Exhale wherever you are and empty out your body completely of air. Nice full inhale, filling up the chest, the lungs, the belly. Open your mouth, big sigh. Another inhale, fill all the way up. Open your mouth, release. Last one, deepest breath of your day so far. Come all the way to the top. And let it go. On your next inhale, rise up to all fours. Coming to your hands and your knees, you'll bring your knees back in underneath the hips so that they're aligned. Go ahead and untuck your toes and then tap the tops of your feet into the mat, just releasing any tension from walking. All right, spread the fingers wide, pull the shoulders away from the ears, and then squeeze the belly slightly in so the tailbone tucks towards your heels. Tuck the toes underneath you and then lift your knees just an inch off the mat. This engages your core. Keep your neck long. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale, lower the knees. Untuck your toes. Keep your knees where they are and sit back to a traditional child's pose. Inhale, come up to all fours. Exhale, sit back. This begins the flow of our body with our breath. Let's do it one more time. Inhale up, all fours. And exhale, sit back. Come up again, all fours. And this time as you exhale, round your spine like a cat. Squeeze your belly in and tuck your chin. As you inhale, drop the belly down, lift the heart forward, broadening out the collarbones. Cow pose, gaze up. Exhale again, tuck and round. All the air goes out. Inhale, broaden out the space around the heart, lift the gaze, sits bones also towards the sky. Start to move with your breath. You're just inhaling and exhaling at your pace and beginning those fluctuations of the spine. We're just beginning to warm up into the body, into syncing the movement of the body with the natural rhythm of the breath. Let's do this 2 more times. Come back to a neutral spine. Reach your right arm up towards the sky, gaze all the way up. And then as you exhale, threading the needle, your right arm will come underneath your left. Reaching for the opposite side of the mat, you'll drop the right top of your head down. No ear on the mat here. Now you reach the left arm forward for the front of your mat, but even out your hips. Squeeze your belly in. Really nice little stretch for the shoulder blades here. 2 more breaths. Rebending your left elbow. Prop yourself back up to all fours. Even out. And let's take the left side. Left arm up, breathe in. Exhale, left arm comes underneath your right, coming onto the left shoulder, top of the head on the left side. Right arm reaches forward. Pull your tailbone away from your fingertips and your belly in. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1. And slowly rebend the right elbow, come back up all fours. And let's find downward facing dog. Walk the hands forward just a few inches, tuck your toes, and lift your sits bones up and back. You're gonna keep a big bend in your knees here. And then start to pedal your legs. Lower your left heel, lower your right heel. Spread your fingers really wide and then gaze at your fingers. Make sure that your hands are even. And the knuckle of your pointer finger is down and grounded. Let's take 3 breaths. Bend your knees, lift your sits bones, straighten out the legs if you can. Breathe in. Open the mouth. Another breath in and out. Breathe in and out. Walk the hands back to your feet. Find a standing forward fold at the back of your mat, relaxing your head, little bend in your knees. If you like to sway from side to side here, take the hips in one direction, the head in the other. That helps you move into the sides of your legs, your IT band. If you like, grab opposing elbows. And then switch it up, come back to center. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. And release your hands down. Good. Pressing through the feet, very slowly relax the upper body, rolling up to standing, 1 vertebra at a time. And then as you arrive at the top, take 3 big shoulder rolls up and back. All right, bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes, thumbs on your chest, and just feeling grounded through all 4 corners of each foot. Reaching up through the top of your head and feeling that elongation of the spine, that groundedness through the feet connecting with the earth, and that lifted sensation from the top of the head reaching for the sky. Open the eyes. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Gaze at the palms. Exhale, bend your knees. Hinge at your hips and fold all the way down. Again, we're gonna flow with the breath here. Nice, easy flow. Press to the feet. Inhale, reach up, rise. Arms overhead, gaze at the palms. Exhale, bend your knees. Hands through prayer, fold down. Last round, inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold. Adding a flat spine. On your next inhale, bring the hands to the shins. Gaze forward at the top of the mat and really lengthen out through your spine. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. And as you exhale, relax down. 2 more like that. Inhale, lift halfway. Belly in. Long neck. Exhale, really soften. Round number 3. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Now we'll walk it into plank pose. Hands come forward. We've all been here before at the top of a push-up. Today, since we're doing basics, we're gonna lower the knees. Yes, always take care of yourself, listen to your body. One of the most amazing things about yoga is the practice of self-care. So my toes are tucked, we're on the mat, keeping them grounded here. Drop the hips so that the shoulders come forward of your wrists just slightly, and then send the chest forward and the elbows squeeze back by your ribs as you lower the chin and press up. Child's pose, sit back. That was harder than you thought. That's okay. We're working our triceps, right? Inhale, come up. Tuck the toes. It's a modified chaturanga. You lower, chin, chest. Don't let the hips touch, right back up. And back. We have 1 more round here. Inhales bring you up. Tuck the toes, keep them grounded. Send the chest forward, elbows back. And release all the way down to your belly this time. Extend your legs behind you. Now hands are by your low ribs here. Elbows pointed up towards the sky. Toes grounded down into the mat. Squeeze the elbows and the shoulder blades together as you lift the heart. Broaden the collarbones. We're working our low back. Those muscles around the lumbar spine. Lower the chin. Again, baby cobra pose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes, knees on the mat, press up, and back to downward facing dog. Take a big breath in, and a big sigh out. Tiptoe your feet forward. Now we're finding a standing forward fold at the top of your mat. Relax your head down. Press through your feet firmly. Inhale, reach up, rise, arms overhead. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Take a breath to recenter. In and out. Open the eyes. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Bend your knees. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot to the back of your mat and lower your right knee to the ground. Now, if you do have your blocks or your books, you're going to go ahead and find those here. Take them on either side at the top of your mat, just in front of that left foot. All right, now puff the chest up a bit so your spine really gets long here. We'll take the hands to the left thigh. Now, if you need your back toes tucked for balance, please keep them there. Otherwise, you're going to untuck the toes. Whatever works for your knee. You want to feel this in the right hip flexor. So this is a nice deep stretch here. You may stay supported with your hands on your knee or reach the arms overhead. Soften the shoulders down. Notice your breath. Notice its quality. And then twist to the left. Left arm back, right arm forward. Good. Take your hands to prayer and hook the right elbow to the outside of your left leg. If this is not manageable, just hold it right here. Right? Your variation, your body. If you have the prayer hands, gaze over your left elbow. Breathe all the way into your belly. For 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands. Hands find your blocks or your books. Walk it back. Begin to straighten out your left leg as much as you can. You are not sitting back on your right ankle. You are up, right above your right knee. Flex your left foot, and if you can, if the body allows, start to fold forward. Keep a flat spine as much as you can instead of hunching, okay? It's like we're reaching for the toes. And breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come up. Walk it forward. Place the blocks on either side of your mat. Hands on either side of your left foot, come to your fingertips. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and coming into a crescent lunge. Get strong, pull everything in towards midline of your body, into your core, and reach your arms overhead. Now this takes some balance here. You really want to find a steady gaze. You really want to squeeze everything inward, okay? If hands on the hips works best, do that instead. If the arms are tired, you honor that. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. In and out. All right, opening to our warrior 2 pose. The back foot is going to parallel with the back of the mat. You'll reach your arms apart from one another, and the left knee, as much as it can, is aligned over your left ankle. Your ring fingers are reaching apart. As the shoulder blades squeeze together, gaze over your left fingers and breathe. 3, 2, 1. Hands to your hips. Good. Straighten out your left leg. Rebend your left knee. Straighten out your left leg. Rebend the left knee. Going with the breath. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Now reach. Find your block. Place your block on the inside of your left foot. Again, straighten the leg. Reach the arms. Triangle pose. Left fingertips reach forward. Left arm goes down for the block as your right arm reaches up. You'll stack the shoulders as much as you can here. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and tuck the left hip under. open the right hip up as much as you can. If the gaze towards the ground is better for you, do that. Take one more inhale. Exhale, spin back to the ball of your right foot. Rebend your left knee. Ditch the block. And step back, down dog. 3 breaths. If child's pose is preferable, take that. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Good, tuck your toes. Come up, all fours. Downward facing dog, exhale. Tiptoe your feet again to the front of your mat. Sometimes this is the hardest part, so just lift your hands when you need to. Okay, relax into your fold. Lift halfway on your inhale. Relax into your fold. This time, left foot steps back. Find the back of the mat. Lower your left knee and go ahead. Find your blocks on either side of your right foot. All right, we're gonna puff the chest, squeeze the belly in, get nice and long here, and then as you're ready, your hands come up to your right thigh. You're really finding an opening in your left hip flexor here, so make sure that stretch and breath is present in that area. All right, arms overhead as you're ready, breathe. Soft shoulders, maybe a smile on your face. Remember, yoga should feel good in your body. And then as you're ready, twisting to the right, right arm back, left arm forward. If you want to make that elbow hook, hands to prayer, outside of the left tricep meets the outside of your right leg as you gaze over the right shoulder and breathe for 3, 2, 1. Release. Hands to the blocks on either side of your right foot. Walk your blocks back and begin to straighten out your right leg as much as you can. All right, lift the chest and then soften as the body allows. 5 full breaths, allowing each breath to just carry you deeper, keep you present, and move you gently into your sharp edges. Take one more inhale and exhale. Walk it forward. Rebend your right knee. Blocks off to the side. Fingertips on either side of your right leg. Tuck your left toes. Lift your left knee. Prepare. Everything squeezes in. Your hip points are forward. Gaze forward. Steady gaze. Arms rise. If you need a wider stance here, you can always adjust that right foot. Take it further out to the right, the left foot out to the left. Remember, hands on your hips is also always an option. Your breath, never an option. Always breathe, right? One more inhale. As you exhale, open into your warrior 2, otherwise known as Virabhadrasana 2. The right knee over the right ankle, reaching the arms and pushing the feet apart, but that back inner thigh is really outwardly rotating here, so you get a nice stretch for your hips. One more breath. Good, hands to the hips, straighten the front leg. Exhale, rebend. Straighten, so your choice, hands out to the side or bend. Straighten or hands on the hips. Last one here. As you bend, you reach down, you find your block, place it on the inside of your left foot. Come back to straight front leg. Reach the fingertips forward, hips shift back. Right hand starts to reach down for the block. See how my body stays open. Torso reaching towards the sky, belly squeezing in, shoulders stacked. If your gaze up works, do that. If not, gaze at the ground. And breathe. Nice, good hamstring stretch here for that front leg. And then as you're ready, releasing that left hand down. Spin back onto the ball of your left foot. Walk your right foot over to the right. Place your block to the side, hands down to the mat. Step back And here we are, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Remember, child's pose is always an option here. Tiptoeing the feet forward to the top of your mat. Relaxing the head down. Press to the feet, inhale, reach up, rise, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Now we'll try a warrior one on each side. So take the hands to the hips because you really want to be mindful of the hips in your warrior one. Starting on the left side, you'll slide the right foot back 2 to 3 feet on the mat and then ground the right heel down so that the right toes are pointing up towards the top right corner of your mat. It's almost like a 45-degree angle with that right foot. Your left knee is bent. Notice how your right hip wants to open up here. We're really going to try and keep the hips square and forward towards the front of the mat. Arms overhead, shoulders soft. 5 full breaths. Any micro adjustments that you want to make with your body that feel right for you, do that. So if you're like, I need to walk my left foot out to the left a little bit more in order to really get those right toes pointing, do that. Yes? Listen to that intuitive part of yourself. That's what we're really cultivating in this practice. Take 1 more breath. Hands to your hips. Step your right foot forward and step your left foot back 2 to 3 feet. Warrior one on the right side. Left heel goes down, left toes point 45 degrees up towards the left top corner of your mat. Hands are on your hips, so notice if you can adjust those hip points forward. Everything hugs in, ribs knit, arms overhead. Breathe. Strong like a warrior, engaged, yet also soft and at ease. The breath helps us do that, yes? Take 1 more inhale and exhale. Hands to your hips. Step your left foot forward to meet your right. Good, shake out your legs if they need to. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, lift halfway to a flat spine. We're gonna come down to the belly again. Plant your hands. Step back to your high plank, big inhale. Exhale, lower the knees, lower the chest, lower the chin, and we're down on the belly. We've already done a little bit of work with the hands right here by the ribs, so we're gonna move the hands to the low back this time. Interlace, legs stay down, lift the knuckles, lift the chest. Breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax down. Rest on one cheek. You can let your hands go if that feels good. Just take a breath. And then interlace your hands once again. This time we're going to lift the legs too. Knuckles away from your low back. Let's go. Legs off the mat. Broad chest for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 down. Rest on your other cheek. Last variation, arms out by your side. If it feels better for you to cactus your arms, that takes it into a little more of a back bend. If reaching out by your sides works for you, do that too. Maybe try both. Inhale, lift off. Breathe, 5, 4, 3. Where's the softness? 2. And 1, let's go. Hands underneath you. Press up and back to your child's pose. This time sweep your hands to your feet. Just let your shoulders rest for a moment. Catch your breath. And slowly sweep your arms back around. Come up to a seat. Now we're sitting on our shins. Make sure you sit up nice and tall. Maybe do a few shoulder rolls to really get the length through the spine again, and then just close the eyes. And take a moment to be with the breath, noticing how moving into the body, both in moments of challenge and in moments of bliss, they all teach us something. As you're ready, open your eyes back up, and we'll make our way to our last standing posture. We're going to come up to tree. So tuck your toes and lift into a forward fold. Roll up. And I'm going to come right to the center of my mat. You can go to the center of your mat or just stay right where you are. Your feet starting out hip distance apart here. This is a great way to set up for balance postures because you already have that just natural stacking and alignment of the bones as they are to the physical eye. You'll start to lift and spread the toes, ground down through all four corners of each foot so you're really balanced here, and then lower the toes back down. That's a fun one. Go ahead and press the weight into your right foot, hands to your hips, and then bring the left foot onto the inseam of your right leg. Now this is basics class, right? So if this is already a difficult balance for you, you may stay right where you are or slowly start to travel that left foot up the leg, okay? Above or below the knee is where we want to go. No internal pressure on your knee. Balance pose, always take a nice steady gaze or drishti. So look at something in front of you on the floor that is not moving, maybe a spot. And if you like, arms overhead. Take some variation that feels right for you, that really brings you into a place of presence where you're working, but not too hard. Take one more breath. And release that leg. Shake it out. Other side. Last standing posture. Pressing the weight into the right foot. Hands on your hips. Left foot. Bring your right foot to the inseam of your left leg. Stay right there or slowly begin to travel up above or below the knee. Always protecting our body. Steady gaze. Steady breath. Notice if you're still holding tension in your face that you could let go of. Take one more deep breath. And release that leg. One last shake out. And we're going to make our way down to a seat. Go ahead and come right on down. Extend your legs out in front of you. Remove any flesh away from your sits bones so that they're grounded into the mat. And really sit up tall here. Flex your feet. Point, flex, point. Notice that nice, subtle stretch for the calves and the muscles around the shin. Flex your feet and reach your arms up. Big breath in. Exhale. Send the heart forward and then relax the head. We're going to take a full 10 breaths in our forward fold. Notice if when there's a little more quiet space, the mind wants to wander. Yoga is all about staying present and allowing yourself to move into sensation as it is in this moment. Whether it feels good, whether it feels uncomfortable, you are here. Take 3 more inhales and exhales. Slowly coming back up. Shake it out if you need to. Soles of the feet together, knees open wide for butterfly pose. Hands are going to be on your ankles here. Again, really sit tall. And if this is already enough, maybe you just bring your hands right outside of your hips. Close your eyes and prop yourself here. Or Again, start to send the heart forward first. So the spine really stays long as you fold in, then soften the head. Again, a full 10 breaths. Instead of forcing yourself to the deepest place and then having to back out, use the breath as a tool to carry you deeper as time goes on. Forcing is just a part of the ego mind. The breath is intuition. It is acceptance. It is allowing. 3 more inhales and exhales here. Slowly come back up. That feels good. Bring your knees together. Hug around your shins. Tuck your head in and just give yourself a little hug. Rock from side to side. It's not a yoga pose, but it feels nice. Just taking a moment to yourself, which is really why we step onto our mat. As you're ready, slowly come up and make your way onto your back. You're going to go ahead and just come down. Again, give your knees a squeeze just as you did in a seat. Rock from side to side. Take one hand on each knee and make big circles with your knees. Massaging as much of your low back as you can get. And then switching it up, other direction. Come back to center and release your feet down. All right, your feet are hip distance apart here. Reach down with your arms so that your fingertips are just maybe an inch or 2 away from the feet. Press firmly down through the hands, firmly down through the feet. Lift your hips up. Bridge pose. Tuck your chin into your chest and squeeze your inner thighs here. If you'd like, you can prop yourself up if this is tough. Keep the hips lifted or interlace the hands, maybe try and pulse for a little core work for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands. Bring the hips down, rolling top of the spine to the bottom. And lift your right leg up towards the sky. Grab the back of your right calf, your thigh, your big toe, whatever is accessible to you, and just 5 breaths into the hamstrings on the right side. If this is not enough, you may extend your left leg forward, flexing the left foot for a little bit of a deeper stretch. Make sure you're breathing. And pull it a little closer on that last breath. Really give it effort. And then rebend your left knee. Outside of the right ankle is going to come to your left knee, making a figure 4 on your back. Pick up your left foot, flex it, flexing both feet, interlace the hands behind your left thigh. Really nice little hip stretch. If you like to move your feet a little side to side and just explore where this is going into the glutes and into the hips, you can do that. If you want to extend your left leg up or take it a little deeper, grabbing the left big toe, you may do that. Keep your feet flexed. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Release your left foot. Uncross, plant both feet, left leg goes up, flex the left foot, grab wherever is accessible to you on that left leg for 5 breaths into the hamstrings. Now remember, if you like, you're allowed to extend that right leg forward for a deeper stretch. Know that if your hamstrings are different on each side, that is totally normal. And just bringing awareness to the body instead of judgment. A little shaking is okay too. Just means change. One more full breath here. Maybe pull it a little closer. And rebend your right knee. Figure 4, outer left ankle to the right knee. Pick up your right foot. Flexing both feet here, you have your options. Interlace your hands behind your right thigh. Maybe extend your right leg up. Grab your right big toe. Whatever you did on the first side, do it here. Release your right foot, uncross your feet, plant them both, and then windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Cactus your arms, and let your knees fall to the right. Gaze to the left, close your eyes. Breathe all the way into your belly. Back to center. Knees fall left, gaze goes right, all the way into the belly. And back to center. Happy baby pose. Lift your feet, grab your big toes or the outsides of your feet and take your knees wide. Rock from side to side. Really big hip stretch here. If you want to stretch your hamstrings out, you may extend one leg or the other for one last little hamstring stretch. And then come back to center, give yourself a squeeze. Tuck your head into your knees. Squeeze everything for 3, 2, 1, and release. Coming to butterfly pose on your back. Soles of the feet together, knees open wide. Take one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. And close the eyes. Notice your heartbeat. And let's take 3 last breaths together to transition into Shavasana. Go ahead and exhale everything where you are and empty out your body completely. Nice full inhale. Chest, lungs, belly. Hold your breath in at the top. Open your mouth, sigh. Again, breathe in. Fill. Pause. Let go. Last breath in. Biggest breath you've taken in the practice so far. And as you find the top, hold for 5. 4, 3, 2, sip in a little more air, and let it go. Making your way into your final rest. Extend your legs long, bring your arms down by your sides. Palms facing up, so you're open and ready to receive. And allow the integration of this asana practice today to move into the deeper layers of you beyond physical. And resting with the breath. Noticing in this moment how stillness feels, how silence feels. Once again, taking a more conscious breath, slowly filling the nostrils with fresh air, and feeling it fill the lungs, and then seep out of your mouth slowly. As you're ready to move back into the body, just slowly moving the fingers, the toes, the wrists, and the ankles. And bending your knees and rolling onto your right side. Take one more breath. And come up to a seat. As you sit, find a nice long spine, bringing the hands to prayer position at your heart. Thumbs to the third eye. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me today for this basics class. Be sure to check out my other videos on this YouTube channel, and I can't wait to practice with you again.